promise you I will not, I'm putting it on video. I promise you I will not use anything that you guys don't want me to use.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And you guys agree that pending your approval, you're cool with me using your stuff. Yes? Yes? Yes?
See.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go. So who's conducting? Or you just want to sing it?
Yeah. I just
Okay, sing it.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. Can we slow it down a little bit?
Little too fast.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them.
Yes.
And the glory of the Lord.
Yeah, start right on it.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying,
Boom. Okay, nice job. So who wants to try it first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So where should I?
Why don't you stand here?
Okay.
So that
Can I have the stand?
you...
Is that possible?
We
Yeah,
need
yeah,
two
yeah.
stands.
Yeah, you can have
You want to hold it?
That's fine.
Get myself all situated. Doodly-doodly-doodly-doodly-doodly. Okay.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night.
Good.
Yeah.
You gotta have a little more eye contact or a little more stick presence.
Okay.
Because it was like so like I'm doing
Yeah.
this for myself. You've got
Okay.
musicians to lead. And remember, this recit I would never actually conduct, right? If I were doing it where it's this kind of style of recit and I was conducting, there would be strings as well. So you're looking at like in Elijah, you're gonna have string players around you playing these things as well. So keep that in
Question.
mind. Yes.
Do I need to cue you in? Do you care? Is that appropriate, not appropriate?
To start this,
To cue in the
Singer.
singer.
you could look at her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
would be what I would do. I don't think you need to go bling. There or you don't need to do that. Good.
There were shepherds abiding in the field,
Excellent.
keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not.
Okay, so you gotta give one, right? You gotta go. And you could probably just go bling, and the angel said unto them, fear, give like a
Yeah.
cut release.
Okay. So at the top of that.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Good. Nice job, Aaron. It needs some kind of cutoff a couple of times. You're just going on and trusting that they'll stop, and she's doing it for you. But you got like yeah, on the second measure, on said unto them, you got to give some kind of cutoff. And I think you struggle with finding the right way to cut off.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Just give a beat. You don't have to do this in particular. If you just go like that, it looks like a cutoff. You know what I mean? And a little swoop helps, right? But not 100% necessary.
Okay.
People think you got to do all kinds of stuff for a cutoff, and if you just go off, that will stop.
Okay.
Let's do the recit again.
Okay.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold.
Okay, that's it. That's it. Now I would like you.
I'm trying to follow.
I would like you to mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
No, that's actually the wrong way to do this.
I know.
He's supposed to follow you in this. This is that line. There's like the conductor is leading, the singer is leading, and it changes. And in a piece like this, it changes like often, right? So you take control. Don't follow the rhythm so strictly.
Okay.
You've done recit before, yes. So allow the speech to dictate how it's going to go, not the rhythm.
It might be really different. Is that okay?
I would love it for it to be really. That's exactly what we want, because that's going to mess with him.
All right.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying,
Yeah, that was great. That was really great. And you actually didn't change it as much as you said you were going to change.
Really?
But it was really like effective. I thought it was super.
I felt like
effective.
it just had more direction. I
It was honestly easier to follow because I was able to feel how you were going to do it.
Yeah.
And so it was easier for me. Maybe it's the vocalist in me as well.
Well, it was also she took dramatic breaths.
Yeah.
So you heard her go, you know what I mean? And you were able to hear that and sort of, I think that was a part of it as well. I would like the next time you do it, maybe to be a little slower. Like, or take a longer pause in a spot, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then rush something and then sort of, okay, let's try it on now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. If I'm too close, I can move over there if you want.
Should I roll all these first chords?
Yeah.
Sorry. So we're starting from There Were Shepherds, right?
Yeah. Are we starting from like the very beginning of the... Okay.
Yeah. So why didn't that work?
Because I didn't.
You didn't look at her and go, "Are you ready? Here we go." Because remember, you got to think about if this were done exactly as we're doing it, there'd probably be a keyboard and a cello at the very least, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this were, and again, we're not supposed to conduct this one, right?
Yeah.
Right. If there were strings, then you'd have a concertmaster, and you'd have some string players behind them, and you'd have a semicircle around you that you needed to lead as well. So it's not just here, it's like, right? It's that kind of move. You've got to think about the community,
Okay.
which is hard to do.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
So if you imagine string players, right? So, right?
were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Do you see how I help them know where they are
So
in the
you're
measure?
keeping them.
I'm keeping ever so small. I mean, literally, if you're just keeping one, that's enough. But there's a little 4 pattern there that just sort of helps them know where you're at. Sometimes, if somebody decides to go really fast, you don't have time to do that. And you might just go, there were shepherds abiding in the field, and just giving a little tick on one. You gotta help, because you remember, you got string players, and they don't know what's going on. Most of the time, they'll have the text in their part,
Okay.
so they will at least be able to follow that a little bit. But so you gotta keep that sort of little thing there.
Okay.
It's not a lot, and because if it's too much, then you wind up giving like a then you go,
Yeah.
oh, I was supposed to play.
Okay.
One more time.
There were shepherds
Try
abiding
again,
in
try
Yeah,
the
yeah,
That was good. Here, don't without it hurt. Just do it. Do you have a cue? 1. There you go. That's it. That's the basic idea.
Okay.
Right. And then there's just make sure there's difference because it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. And you gave you know what I mean? It was like
Yeah. Okay.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Okay, so the second the middle one was not as good,
Mhm.
but that one was much better. Your
Okay.
eyes went up, you gave a clear cue, there was difference between the little moves here that were sort of helping to keep time. So that was much better.
Okay.
One more time and let's make the transition now.
All right.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were so afraid.
Sorry.
She did exactly what you showed her.
Okay. What did I do exactly? I didn't.
You were just really short. You just didn't give it. Well, try it again.
I want that to be like.
What?
Like literally.
Bing. Bing. You
Yeah.
want that. Okay. Fine. Then that's what you showed.
Okay.
Let's do it again. Just the doodly doodly.
Okay. So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna make you look at the orchestra.
Okay.
Imagine you have string players around you.
What's up?
And where is the most important string player?
Technically, it would be.
No, your concert
Right.
master is to your left.
Right. Right. Sorry. Okay.
And then your second
This
most
guy.
important string player.
My cellist.
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Okay.
And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were so afraid.
Yeah, so
I feel like I want to cut her off
and
before.
the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were so afraid. Beam, beam. You don't need to
Straight
give
into
her
it.
a cutoff
Okay.
for the dee. She's just gonna go dee 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 dee. She's gonna stop.
Mhm.
So you don't need to get that cutoff.
Okay. So go straight into the.
What I'm saying is it doesn't matter how much space you put between those last 2 chords and the last arpeggio she plays, right? The time there doesn't matter. It could be nothing. It could be 17 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually have to cut off the little notes
Okay.
because she'll stop. She'll go bing bing. You don't have to go You don't have to do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you do it at and the glory of the Lord?
And
2 measures before, 3 measures before. And the glory of the Lord shall round about them.
Okay.
Just give me one.
Okay. Alright.
And the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
see, that's what you don't have to do. You don't have to cut her off.
Okay.
So watch.
Okay.
Ready?
And the glory of the Lord surrounded about them, and they were so afraid.
Just stop. Just stop.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I mean? And you're trying to do this whole... Yeah, okay. You know.
Okay.
You know. Let me practice it again, Bronfman. Yes, I get it.
And the glory of the Lord surrounded about them, and they were so afraid.
Yes, now you need to look at her
Before.
and beforehand, because
Okay.
you went, "Just afraid," and you sort of did like a waka, right?
Sorry.
I would look at her at the end, and they were so afraid. Beam, you see what I mean?
Okay.
Look early.
Okay.
Cueing is all about eyes. This stuff doesn't matter. I can have you all start singing by going like that, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need to do to get the choir to start technically speaking. Your eyes tell the entire story of cueing. This is secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you cue without a hand.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
if your hands are busy, you like.
Yeah,
Like, with
exactly,
your head.
exactly. And it's head too, but it's really eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sorry, what you want to say something? I feel.
Yeah, I wanted to say about Bernstein and his eyebrow. He's like just he
Yeah,
doesn't use
have you
hands
seen
at
that
all.
video?
He's like, yeah,
Yeah,
It's
maybe we'll
amazing.
find that video. That's definitely a cool video. He just basically conducts with just his eyebrows.
with his face.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll play that in a second. It's pretty
Okay.
cool. All right, try again.
And the glory of the Lord surrounded about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not.
Try that again. Try that again. Your little time beating.
Okay.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not.
Right. So you got that. So try. So watch.
Okay.
Ready and.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not.
See what I mean?
Okay.
Wait, so
I mean, I didn't do it quite wrong, but you all went with me. I did the rhythm. I was a little early, but because it was and clear, you would.
so it's okay if this chord, if I sing the Fear Not after this chord. Is that what you're saying?
Sometimes, yeah, actually, absolutely, that will happen. No, yes, I cued it earlier than you were going to do it.
Right.
Right.
But that's appropriate.
Well, I'm sort of.
Okay.
You know, it's recits. When you're conducting recit, sometimes things happen, you know, or people take a dramatic pause and you roll the chord. As long as the chord is right, if it comes a tad early or a tad late, that's okay, you know. And sometimes stylistically, you bring fear not. Like there's an appropriate artistic choice to hear roll fear not, right? Or it could be fear not,
Mm-hmm.
or it could be fear roll. You know, I mean, that one is less like makes sense logically. Like with musical, you all laughed at it because that one. Well, I don't know about that one, because it's natural. It feels natural to us, and that one felt unnatural. So does that answer your question?
Yes.
Sort of. Pause. Yes.
Yes. It is. Yeah. It's artistic.
It is with, you know, as long as you're within the realm of normalcy, there's that fell into the like, yeah, that's a choice. Okay, here we go. Try it again now.
And the angel said unto them.
Okay, this
I
is
don't
really
know what
that was
beat I'm keeping.
that's right. That was really great. Yeah, you don't need to. What you're not keeping a beat. Right? This
Okay.
is not one. And the angel said unto them. That's not what you're doing.
Okay.
You're just going. I'm moving through a measure. Do you see what I mean? It's out of time.
Yeah.
It should be out of time. It should
Okay.
be. Let's do it one more time. You watch my stick and listen to her too, and listen how I'm not following her. Ready? And
And the angel said unto them.
you see what I mean? Like I mean I did it wrong, but I did the cue wrong. But
Yeah.
I wasn't keeping time. I was saying to the orchestra, "Here's measure one. Here's measure two." You see what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not in time, really. Because recit is not in time.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
We should try it again. That was good. That was better. You're getting there. You have like a sideways cue.
Yeah.
That's not.
It has to be
You gotta
right.
give it to us.
Okay.
Okay. Well, this is really good. You're getting better at this.
So what-
Beginning of this.
Okay.
Of this spot.
From And the Angels?
Mhm.
Okay. Then
Just this recit that we've been working on.
where's
And the angel said unto
So on
them,
I want to fix. I don't think that's very clear.
Okay.
You're going like this, and it needs to be not. That's kind of what you're doing, and it's
Okay.
like, when do I play? I'm not really sure.
Okay.
You see what I mean? And you do that pretty regularly. Most of your cues were sort of like this thing. You'll be able to see it on the video.
Okay.
It needs to be like that.
Okay.
Give it clear.
and
Yes.
the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold,
Even still, you're doing it. Do you see?
I'm going
No, you're curling. You're going
Okay.
instead of ding. Literally, yeah, but like an ictus. Ding.
Okay.
Yeah. That's clear. You're essentially conducting it legato, right? And it's not legato. It's a cue, right?
Okay.
Yeah. It's not until you can't stand it anymore, right? It's ding.
Okay.
Try the first cue. Just the first one. Don't sing. Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Okay.
Got it?
Mhm.
Okay. Now let's do the rest. And then it's Caitlin's turn.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy.
Okay, yeah, so that's great. This is good. Now you get yeah. So first of all, the other thing I think it will help you is you don't have a very flexible wrist when you're using the baton, and you need to. So watch. Here comes Sin over here. But not blocking the camera. So and the angel said unto them, ready?
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy.
Which I want to follow you.
Yeah, you
so
do.
bad.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. But you have to get a little bit away from the pattern when these come faster. It's just bang, bang, bang. Right? Do you see how I wasn't going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2? You can't do that. You don't have time. All right. So
It's so funny. Can't help but follow you.
ready?
Here we go.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Try it. That was good. That was great.
Who, me?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you were. That's exact. No, I was fantastic. No. You did that. You made me. I had to follow you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just an observation that
Please.
I don't know why I never thought about it, but even just something like putting your hand up to stop her, I would have never thought to do. And it's like, that's so simple. Like, why is that not just
I wish you
second
guys had
nature
done
to do?
psychological conducting with me. Did you get to do psychological? Remember where you had to go ba ba? So
We did.
say da da da. Ready and.
Da da da
Da da da da.
da da da.
see what I mean? Like that's psychological conducting, and the idea is I make kids in my class write out an example, and of rhythms and with crescendos and decrescendos and then they have to conduct it, and you have to keep the pulse, right? Da 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 da. You have to keep the pulse, but so the rhythm is consistent, but you don't show it to them. They don't get to see it. They have to do it based on your hands. And there's a measure of like friggin' make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the reason that I do this is because I had an orchestra. I did the Sing Along Messiah at UND, in Grand Forks for like 7 years, and every year I had to hammer into their heads, "Don't play, bing, bing," like every year. So I just learned that because I would have new string players every year, and they weren't used to doing it, and so. And it's not written in the parts that we have. It's not written that way. It's written the way it's written here. And so it was like, Christ the Lord, bing, bing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to get this. I want you to get this.
I'm not gonna look at you.
Yep,
Okay.
that's it. This is the best. I didn't even realize that this was going to be necessary, and now I did.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Going on.
For unto you is born this
I have a question.
day.
Am I supposed
in the-
to cue the
That's a weird one because again, this one is not supposed to be conducted. Really, that would just be taken care of because it's in the key, right? And
Yeah.
so that really, what would happen is somebody would go. There would be stuff going on. They would sort of like just do a little like roll. You know what I mean? Like that's not necessary. Basically.
Okay. So okay.
If there was moving string parts there, if like it was indicated and the strings had to make a change there, then you would need to give it. But so it's a little confusing.
Okay.
I can see why it's confusing.
Yeah.
In this one, technically speaking, you would not need to give it.
Okay.
Do it right there. For unto you is born this day.
Sorry. For unto you is born this day in the city For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ.
You see that you can't do.
Lord.
That little swoopy swoop thing.
It's just
Yeah,
straight.
just give it.
Straight.
Just
It's
give
hard.
it.
It's a bad habit.
Try it again. Last time.
Okay.
This has to be the last time because we gotta let Caitlin do it.
Okay. From
No,
on
no.
to you.
Mhm.
Okay.
For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying,
You added a measure. Glory to God. Glory to God. All right, you ready, Caitlin?
I guess.
Oh yeah.
So can you do it? You want to try it? Or have you
I'll
looked
do
at
some
it?
sight reading. Sure.
Have you looked at it? Could you do it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't.
Just do it down the altar.
Here. I don't. Okay. Help
Oh,
me.
sorry.
Let's both do it. How about that?
Okay.
No, that doesn't work.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, can you do it?
Can I have the very first note? Just real quick.
There were shepherds.
Okay.
So you're leading a little bit.
Mhm.
If you have to speak the
I need this
text,
hand.
I might end up getting to
that's
that point.
fine.
There were shepherds abiding in the
So
field.
you gotta change there.
Yeah.
So when do you give the cue for field?
Feel or Oh,
The prep.
when he says
The prep for field. Sorry.
so abiding
Yeah, it can be in the. It depends on how fast he's going. If he was going, there was
Oh,
shepherds.
I'm doing the curly thing too.
Mm.
Wow.
The other thing is that if he's going fast, there were shepherds abiding in the field. You would need to go in the field, right? But if he was going slow, there were shepherds abiding in the field. You could do
I'd
the
be like,
the.
Really, man? And
Well-
then turn back around.
Can I just tell you, that's nothing, right? In terms of variability. I mean, Lawrence goes fast with most recits. And I'm like, oh, hanging on for dear life trying to cue them, right? And we did Elijah together. It was like, oh, okay, buddy.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
And do you see how you did it differently that one? When he flocks by night, you did it on by. That's acceptable, okay? Both are absolutely acceptable, and you kind of need to know which one you're doing. That was
Yeah.
really great. I would also really encourage you guys. You are not going down with your gesture on beat 1. Right? So, like, it's like, oh, what's the change? Well, flocks by night is 1, but keeping watch, I didn't see watch this way. It was sort of like watch.
Well, yeah. In order for me to hit 1, I'll have to skip a beat.
That's okay.
Okay.
Right? Because we're not keeping time.
Right.
We're counting measures. That's what we're doing. That's so you're giving cues, right? But you're also helping the string players count measures because they have beats of rest, or you know what I mean? And the wind players have to count as well. So 1, 2, field, 1, night.
So you're just kind of dangling until
Yeah, dangling. Like, okay, I'll take that.
That's the first word.
Whatever you want, man. Let's try again.
There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
Yeah, that was better. The only problem with that is that on watch you went, and it was partially my fault, but you went. And why is that a problem?
Yeah, it looks like I'm bringing someone in. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the trick. 1 is tough.
Yeah.
That's why this is so small. 1.
So you gotta just like.
Honestly, bling, there were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night. There's just like one, just it's
Just
a
like
fine
barely.
line. Yeah,
Yeah.
just barely. The trick is this is the middle. 4, 1. So let me see if I can do this and not make a fool out of myself. Ready? There were shepherds abiding in the field. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see that. Right,
So
I
it's
know
one
this. I
and
should
then-
know this for crying out loud. There were shepherds abiding in the fields, 1 keeping watch over their flocks by night. I don't know if I did a great job of that, but of demonstrating it, but it's so much more by feel for me now.
So 1 is important.
And the key, the prep and the cue
And the
is
prep.
Mm-hmm. And the rest is
Dangle.
Dangle, I guess.
Right?
Okay.
If I wind up using dangle, never mind.
I'll know where it came from.
Yes.
There were shepherds abiding in the field.
You gotta keep field. Keep going.
Keeping watch over their flocks by night. And oh, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord was round about them, and they were so afraid. Nailed it.
So,
Eyes.
And they were so afraid. And stop. Afraid.
Yeah, and you know, the way I teach cutoffs is cutoff would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's how I teach cutoffs.
So I wouldn't have to worry about the vocalist cutting off. Like they cut off by themselves. I'm worrying about. Got it.
But that frayed looks like it's a stop too. 1, and they were so afraid. So, just with me. Ready?
From where?
For that measure, just this measure. The last one, or next last. Oh, where did you? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right, one time. Yeah. 2, 3. You see how it looks like a cutoff too? Beat that stop, that like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And low. For the beginning of it.
And they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
What, Caitlin?
I don't know.
See, here's the thing. You know this.
I do.
You're a singer. You know this, and so you should be able to do whatever he does with the recit. You should be able to do it. Try it again. I don't care if the pitches are right.
Okay.
But I want you to treat it like recit. You take expressive liberties with
Okay.
it, and I want you to follow him, Caitlin. You should maybe look away.
I'll be over here.
No one puts baby in the corner. Ready? Right there.
On end.
Yep.
E.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people.
Good. That was really fantastic. That was so much better. Okay.
I just hardly tried. I just kind of. I need to go faster on it.
Oh, come on.
I got good hearing.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring
Come on, Caitlin, come on!
of great joy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again.
All right.
This is what happens, right? This is exactly what happens.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David, and the Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
Yeah, okay, that was really good. Now, I want you to do it one time without the score. Because you know this, and you know where those changes are, and I want you to feel it. Close the score. Turn it over.
I don't though.
You
I
do.
don't know where all these
You
string
do.
changes are.
You do.
All right.
You do because you know it harmonically. Harmonically, it's in your head.
Yeah. Sort of.
Just try it. If it's a disaster, that's fine, okay? I mean, this is an experiment.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold.
Try again. Listen, I want you to stop trying to visualize the score, because I feel like you're looking at the score in your head, and I want you to hear the harmonic changes. Do you understand?
Yes.
Hear where they happen.
And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David, and the Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
That was fantastic.
Yeah?
That was fantastic.
I felt like I was curling a little bit. But
Maybe, but you,
But it felt
but
good.
do you see this feeling of
and I
it? You,
finally kept eye
knowing the
contact with you.
changes,
I'm sorry I wasn't doing that.
knowing where the changes happen instinctually. I mean, this is why some people say you must learn every recit. Right? I mean, like as a singer, as a conductor, you must learn it as the singer will learn it.
Yeah.
Every recit, because once you feel it, it becomes so much easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Definitely.
trying to like, you have to breathe it with the singer as a singer, but as a conductor, right?
Right.
The role of the conductor is to breathe it and to feel it as a singer would. That's really good. Okay. Does anybody else want another crack at this, or because we spent a lot of time with Anna? Do you want another shot?
Yeah, I'll go again if you want.
Okay. Caitlin, that was good. That was. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Really, really.
Yeah, I was surprised how good it felt without this.
I just had I had this total flashback, or not flashback. I had it's the moment in Star Wars where he's on the Millennium Falcon and he put down the blast shield and he has to no.
I'm not a Star Wars
I
fan.
hate all of you.
Give me some Harry
Lord of the
Potter,
Rings,
Lord
man.
of the Rings.
Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings till I die.
Star
Stuff
Wars
like
was the
that.
first one. So my ring race comment yesterday.
Oh,
worked
yeah.
I got
really-
that.
Got
Okay,
it
Yeah.
real quick.
okay,
Real
good.
quick.
All right, Aaron's gonna try again. Wait.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here.
I'll sit over here. There were shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flocks by night.
I think I know what it is.
Mhm.
The one that is in a cue doesn't have a prep. When you're showing one for the orchestra, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It doesn't have a prep. When you're prepping something, like if you have a cue on one, you need to go.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no prep to this.
Okay.
And then 1. That's what I think the difference is.
There were shepherds abiding.
So what you're going to give that one. I want you to give the one of abiding. Instead of just looping around on it.
Okay.
Without cueing.
There were shepherds abiding in the
Yes.
field,
Yes.
keeping watch over their flocks by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them, and they were so afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold,
Good.
I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying,
Glory to God. Yeah, that was fantastic. That was really good. You were starting to get that one feel. You were starting to get that little.
Yeah, I don't know why that's so difficult. Maybe it's because it's the pattern, like the thought of doing the pattern. I feel like I would rather just sit there.
Yeah,
and do
yeah.
that,
Getting
but-
trapped in the pattern. It's like there's a middle ground there.
Yeah.
There's pattern, and then there's sort of loops, and then there's like one, which is a thing. Do you know what I mean? That's great. That's fantastic.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
Were you trying like to do?
Yeah,
to do
I was
this?
trying to-
It wasn't clear.
Okay,
for me.
sweet.
It was a
It
little
was
like Yeah.
I was trying to be more subtle instead of being like, ha!
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now that I know that doesn't work. That's
Well, and sometimes it does work. You know, I do that to you guys. Like when a section is a little hot, I'm like, you know, just because I don't want to go like that. If I do that while we're in performance and a section is too loud, they will stop singing. If I look at the altos and go like that, actually the altos might be like, we're right.
And we know.
But if I did with the basses, they would definitely, or the
Yeah.
sopranos would
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
stop singing, right? So that's just something to think about.
Okay.
But yeah, that was really good. I'm very pleased. Okay, I thought you're done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And so we're good. We already talked about next semester. She's gonna play for conducting 2 next semester.
Cool.
Yeah.
So is this going to be like the same setting?
No, it's
or,
gonna be like a
many
class.
people, like
Yeah, it's gonna
class?
more people.
And more music, or like it can be the same.
It'll be more music.
More
I mean, it won't be hard. None of it's hard, and most of it has reduction.
I just remember that this one was a meter changes 7/8. It was hard for me.
Which one?
Remember?
Oh yeah, it won't be that hard. Absolutely not.
No,
These guys
okay.
have all taken conducting 2 already. So everybody who's in conducting 2, they just took conducting 1. So they just learned a 4 pattern.
Okay.
So we won't be doing recit and
Mhm.
anything like that.
And
Okay.
it's very good exercise for me because like
Follow.
just to follow
Yeah.
conductors and to know what's right, what's wrong.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
Elena.
should I come next week or it's
I think we're close to being done. So I think
okay?
you're good. Thank you. If that changes, I will absolutely let you know.